Hi, Scorpio. I'm Ronique, and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to your February 2025 monthly tarot reading. This is where we're going to look at the astrological energies of the month of February. We have a lot going on this month with Venus and Neptune conjunct in Pisces. We will have Jupiter direct in Gemini. We just had Uranus direct at the end of January. Venus will move into Aries. We will also have Mercury and the Sun move into Pisces, and we will also have Mars finally stationed direct in the sign of Cancer. So really big month, Scorpio. If you haven't already taken a look at those mid-January to mid-February career tarot readings, I invite you to do that as well, because they have a lot of information with overlapping energy with this February reading. So I will leave the link below, as well as all of the important dates. All right, Scorpio, let's go week by week. So you start off with the Moon card, Piscean energy there, major arcana, as well as the Nine of Swords in reverse. Second week of February finds you with the Two of Cups in reverse, as well as the Ten of Cups also in reverse. Third week of February finds you with the Strength card, major arcana in reverse, as well as the Lovers card, Gemini energy there. That Gemini card is probably representing Jupiter moving direct. And the end of the month finds you with the Ten of Swords in the reverse, as well as the Three of Wands. So interesting mix of energy here, Scorpio. You do have, three major arcanas, the Moon, and then the Strength and the Lovers card. Interesting. We will see what Spirit has else for you. Spirit, can you please send my Scorpios a card representing the energy that they bring out of January into the month of February? And you have the Nine of Swords. Now, what is interesting here is you have the Nine of Swords as the January energy. You also start off the month with Nine of Swords, but in the reverse. And then you have the Ten of Swords. So there's definitely some type of messages here around mental anguish that has been putting you into almost a tailspin, Scorpio, of what to do. I feel like many of you all are in a period of time here where you're trying to figure out the next steps, the next move. I do think that for many of you all, this Mars transiting through Cancer has been an energy that you haven't been able to express yourself the way that you would like to, and you're mentally feeling taxed and not sure which direction to move. I do know, though, that there is this energy of you moving past this once you get into the latter part of February, and Spirit is saying, don't stress. This is definitely something we're helping you work through. So I'm glad to hear that. I do think that Nine of Swords in reverse already at the top of the month here is showing you a progression. Okay, so let's pull one last card. Spirit, if you can send my Scorpios an oracle message for the month of February. And you have great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. So for many of you all, Scorpio, this is going to be a month of lessons, but it's also going to be a month of connecting to your higher self, figuring out where it is that your spiritual teachings can also help others. And I do think that this is really important for you all, Scorpio, because you all are coming through this period of almost like stagnancy. And I feel like as you come into the spring, many of you all are opening up. You are feeling freer. You can see that white bird, possibly a dove, is like signaling this new, almost like this birth of this new ideas, new beginnings, but also you being able to be spiritually connected. So I think that is really nice to see, Scorpio, especially since you have all of these kind of mental energy cards. I do think that Spirit is telling you that mentally you're going to be working with much of the air energy, probably especially Aquarius, throughout the month of February. Now we start off that first week of February, Venus conjunct Neptune on the 1st, Mercury and Aquarius trine Jupiter and Gemini on the 3rd, as well as Venus is conjunct the North Node in Pisces. So what I think is very interesting here is you have the Moon card, which is is that Piscean energy, major arcana. For many of you all, there's some information that you've been seeking that is trickling out. But Spirit is telling you that you do not have to worry about it anymore. If you are waiting on either a decision or an opinion from someone, if you have approached someone and you have been waiting, Spirit is telling you by time we get to February 4th, when we have Jupiter direct in Gemini and Venus enters Aries, much of this that you have been concerned about even last month in January is no longer going to be an issue. But you're going to need to be patient because all the information will not reach you the first week of February. But by time you move through the energy, you can already see by the end of the month, you are strategizing. So this is really good news, Scorpio, because this is what you have been waiting to hear, that information is coming. So I think that that is really perfect for you all, Scorpio, especially because many of you all have been working very closely with this Aquarius energy, since you all are also a fixed sign. And I do think that as Aquarius moves through, as we move through Pluto and Aquarius throughout this year, this is going to become much more benefic. Okay, now by the time we get to the second week of February, on the 9th, we have the Sun conjunct Mercury in Aquarius. This is conversations in groups, but also we have on the 10th, Mercury in Aquarius squares Uranus in Taurus. So this is mental nervousness, possibly short fuses and unexpected events in group settings. You can see here the second week where this unexpected kind of energy is. Both of these are in reverse. They're both cups. So this to me looks like emotional conversations, possibly with loved ones, with your family, with a business partner, with your colleagues. Just really watch your emotions the second week of February. I do think that the Leo full moon on the 12th could highlight somewhere in your family that you didn't realize. Maybe a secret comes out, maybe some type of information comes out that you all emotionally weren't connected before. And I do think that this information helps you all mend some of these conversations that were happening. If this is at work, maybe some colleague finally confesses some information that you were like, oh, well, I just wish I knew this. I wouldn't have acted like that or whatever. I do think that that Leo full moon highlights something in your family or group settings. And by time the sun moves into Pisces on the 18th, I do think much of this clears up. Okay. I do think it's still going to be a little emotional just because you have this Pisces energy, you have all this cups energy. But I do think that this is really nice to see that by the time you get to this third week of February, this is where we have really nice energy. We have already had Jupiter direct in Gemini on the 4th, but now that we reached these last weeks of February, we have Mercury and Pisces squaring Jupiter in Gemini. So this could be like too many cooks in the kitchen, communication overload. The Lover's card, though, does suggest that you are working hand in hand with either your partner, possibly in business, or this could also be with that Strength card in reverse. Somebody is helping you find more strength. You are bonding with colleagues. You are bonding with possibly family members, or if you've been in a relationship that you've been having some strife. It looks like once we get to this third week of February, Mars moves direct in Cancer on the 23rd. I do think this momentum of emotional well-being starts becoming a little easier to stomach. You're able to get through it easier. And I think whoever this is that is helping you, or you're helping someone else, definitely comes into play as you move into March. Okay. Now, by the time you are ending February, you have the 10 of Swords in reverse, 3 of Wands, strategizing, no longer worried about whatever it was back here in the beginning of the month and back in January. So some of you may have a job offer. Some of you all may be looking at your future in a different way now. I do think February 27th, when we have that Pisces new moon, you are having new ideas of how to move forward emotionally, spiritually. Remember, we now have Pisces North Node. So we will be dealing with this Piscean energy for the next 18 months. And by the time we get to March 1st, we have Venus moving retrograde in Aries, as well as Mercury enters its retrograde shadow. So whatever information that you gather here towards the end of February, just remember that it could be a slowdown as you move through March. So with that said, make sure during the month of February, you are really doing your best to get some momentum going, okay? Wherever you can, try to get to a point where you are at least feeling better about your situation so that you're not carrying it into March. Okay, Scorpio, I hope this was helpful for you. Take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs, and I'll talk to you later.